Hello and welcome to Big Sky Bits. I'm your host Colby, and today we got a lot to get into. I haven't had a conversation with anybody about this in a while. We've had a lot of stuff to flush out with the president getting elected and different things in the space kind of coming to a head here. So we'll be getting into all the different situations that have arose with Trump's presidency and where Bitcoin's headed and what's going on in the overall crypto markets. First of all, I'd like to say none of this is financial advice. I'm not even trying to give financial advice. I want you to look at Bitcoin critically and see what it is beyond something that might just make you rich. And rich is so relative. There's so many things beyond money that matter, and I think Bitcoin's main point to make people rich is lessen our reliance on money. And we can get into this. This is a long subject that is mainly hypothetical and might never come to fruition, but I do know the system we're on currently, this fiat system, is a train wreck, and we're all watching it barreling towards a wall. So we got to do something, and I believe Bitcoin is our best chance out of it. And we'll get into those reasons why. First, I'd like anybody to press the like, subscribe button, try to give me some love. Most importantly, someone give me a comment. Right now, I think I'm mainly talking to a lot of bots because if anyone goes back to previous videos, there's some great things in there for someone willing to find it, and no one has. So I'll leave it at that, and I hope I can get some real engagement from people and we can foster a community that's more about what Bitcoin can do for the world in a general sense. Please visit either YouTube or Rumble to see some of the other videos and get caught up on the content, to leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. And let's move on to the price. So over the last, 1 month, we have seen a seesaw of action going from, I don't know, where are we here? About 94 was our other old high. Before that, yes. We had this about, I guess that's not even that long ago. So yeah, both highs have been within the last bit, a little over a month. Let's see. Yeah, we'd go back to early December. So we're about at all-time highs as we currently speak. We did shoot above and hit like a 108. I believe we'll be into the 110s, 120s very shortly, but there's bigger questions at play. And I understand that in times of euphoria, which we are at, in the time of a bull run such as we are in currently, people get very excited about where this space is going. How much money can I make? You start to see random projects get pumped. I'm now seeing influencers, average people just talking about the most obscure coins or ones that are clearly antithetical to what Bitcoin was created for. And well, those projects might be fine, and I hope people make a lot of money. We also need to evaluate why we got into this space. And many get into this space for their own personal reasons, whether to just try to strike it rich quick, or to make their life better, or because they actually are fed up with the system and want something better. Whatever the reason is, I am happy people are getting into the space. And on that note, this bull run has been markedly different than previous bull runs, as I've noticed many of the influencers and the altcoin market aren't being pushed to the same degree. Well, there's still plenty that are pushing these odd narratives of meme coins or centralized coins just because they have fast transactions. I really fear that many people are missing the ethos behind the Bitcoin project, or why was this created? And in basic terms, it's to escape government control, censorship, centralization of power, the problems that plague society. And while many of you might think that's a pipe dream and not going to happen in your life, that's fine. I never thought Bitcoin would get to this level and adoption would get to this level within my lifetime. So we're already exceeding most of the metrics I had expected. On that note, we do need to dive deeper into some of these coins, and I think our president is helping us with that introspection into these coins. As many of you know, within the last couple days, Trump released a coin called Trump coin, and then subsequently he released Melania coin. And many people, even people who are fans of Dogecoin, fans of Pudgy Penguins, fans of half of these altcoins, Trump coin seems to have rubbed them the wrong way. Whether you're on the opposite side of the political spectrum, whether you're a Bitcoin maximalist, there's many people who would feel that this is a scam, money grab, rug pull, and are not happy with the situation. Now, as some have pointed out, it is interesting that these coins are mainly trading on non-KYC exchanges outside of the US, or ones that people need to use VPNs or other methods that go against the exchange's terms and conditions to acquire them. It all just reeks of what I've always felt about most of the altcoins, or all of them really, and other projects, is that they don't have a concise message and it is purely a quick money grab. Now, people have their own opinions, but as I'm going through the Bitcoin Reddits and the Primal accounts and other... don't know if that matters. Yeah, I don't think it does. But anyway, if anyone wants to message me on Primal, that's fine. What we're seeing here is we need to come together and actually acknowledge, what are these projects trying to accomplish? Is it just a money grab? Is it a way to launder money from donors to someone through a different means? Regardless of what it is, I don't care. What it's going to show to the world is the degeneracy of most of these projects and the community. And if you've been in this a while, you know it's a degenerate community. The whole reason I got into it is because I was a degenerate gambler, and this what fulfilled some of those needs. But as you grow and mature, you can see the role and the life-shifting premise behind the Bitcoin protocol. So hopefully we can get there, and hopefully Trump coin shines a light on these projects, because I find it quite hypocritical when half these meme projects are upset at the Trump coin for launching, when they're essentially the same thing, and their main argument is, oh, you're sucking the liquidity out of our projects. Yeah, the new hot coin will do that. If you don't have a basis fundamental for the project, I don't believe that it will stand the test of time. And that's where we're at on many other projects. If we go back and start to look at almost any of these projects versus Bitcoin in the long time, let's go number 2, Ethereum. The big dog, Ethereum. Max. It's still not even at its all-time highs. Chart doesn't look wonderful to me. Doesn't look horrific, but doesn't look great. Now let's compare it to Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be this orange one. It is in a horrible downtrend for the last 6 years. 4 years. But this timeline, I mean, the rate at which Ethereum has been losing to Bitcoin is astounding. And it's not just Ethereum. Let's go up to the hot new coin this last couple months, XRP. Everyone's touting how amazing XRP is, and I hope you all make a killing at it. If we go out to the 1 year, XRP crushes it. You made significant gains, almost 6 times your money. Wonderful. let's look at this in a longer chart. XRP has a habit of shooting up. We're still not even at all-time highs. And then plummeting to the ground. Because if you look at XRP, the circulating supply is only about half, a little more than half. 42+% is still held by the Ripple Foundation and the people creating this project. They have incentive to dump it, take the money, run, invest it in other projects, invest it in their own project. Regardless, this goes against the ethos of what crypto was. This is a state-sponsored coin. Their main touting point is banks are working with us. We're able to work with banks. Wonderful. I know there will be projects like that. There will be stable coins issued by governments. There are already protocols that work with banks for no fees and aren't tied to your arbitrariness, such as Zelle or Venmo. There's plenty of ways to transfer money digitally for cheap. And XRP's main argument is you can send money for cheap. Okay, maybe you can get some cross-border. Bitcoin Lightning and many other protocols can do all of these. The problem is, if you are not properly decentralized, governments, other entities can take control of the project. XRP touts, and they are very centralized. And some people will go into, no, they have nodes and it's decentralized. Look who actually controls these nodes. Unlike the Bitcoin system where nodes are distributed across the world, many people have nodes either to heat a garage, either to just run one as a hobby. The Bitcoin network is quite secure and getting ever more secure every day. Well, these other chains like Ethereum, XRP are increasingly, because of the requirements to host the node, becoming ever more centralized. And in this quest for speed, they have given up security. And when we give up anything for this security, you are ripe to be controlled by the bigger players. And for them to tout that, sweet, we're getting in bed with governments, wonderful. It's not the projects I'm here for. Now, on the other hand, people could argue the same thing. Bitcoin's getting in hand with government. 100%. And Bitcoin will get in the hands of governments. What people fail to understand is there is no Brad Garlinghouse, there is no Ripple Foundation when it comes to Bitcoin. Bitcoin operates independently. And well, we can have a public ledger that allows many novel things like us citizens to watch where our tax money goes as we pay taxes. We can watch where it goes into the government funds and wallets and how that money is distributed, so we can have actual full transparency. There is also the other side where you can obfuscate or hide your journey with the money or your purchases and not allow people to know. There are very novel schemes that have come into place that allow people to transact freely beyond government bounds. Now, while governments will try to control it, it is nice that a system has both. You can have a sense of transparency through the public ledger, and there's also ways to hide transactions and allow a sense of anonymity and sovereignty to the individuals who want to interact in other ways. Both are needed. If we want a free state, we have to trust our citizens. This whole idea of trying to control every action means you're already living in a flawed state, in a failed state. We have to create better human beings, and I believe this is the role of Bitcoin. Through its deflationary properties that will soon emerge, I believe we will hold on to our wealth, and it will change the way people believe and think about money and our relationship with money. Moving on from that, we're also going to look at what is El Salvador doing during this time. The other day, Bukele came out and Bukele came out and talked about how he plans to put a Bitcoin node in every home. And as I scrolled through different social media sites, I did notice that many people were very upset about this. And I can understand that rationale. You should be upset if a government tries to put an electronic device such as a computer in your home. The other side of that coin is you can easily, well, hopefully, as long as the computer is not too convoluted, but as cheap as it's going to need to be to put in every home, I believe it'll be easy to see if there is any kind of malware or spyware on there. And then on the other side of the coin, that will allow people to propagate the Bitcoin network. And why it is important to get a node in everybody's home is the idea of decentralization. And it goes so much beyond just decentralizing the network to protect us from bad actors as the government and other actors that could attack centralized fail points. Having a node in every home and decentralizing this opens up so much more. Protocols such as Nostra and apps that run it like Primal, these decentralized protocols allow us to send packets of information, whether it's messages, whether it's videos, and soon, if everyone's hosting a node in their house and we're transferring information, this is the birthplace of a mesh network that we, the people, I'm talking globally, can control. This allows us to spread information without government censorship and control. This allows you to take your information from platform to platform and create an identity or multiple identities that are digital but cannot be controlled by the government. So I think this is a good thing. I do think we should be cautious. I do think we should look at how is it being implemented. But on the other side, I would really encourage people to looking into running your own node. Become your own bank. Become the future you want to see. And for many of you, this might not be it. Many of you might believe that we have to create a government where we have a great relationship and faith in our government. And I wish that could occur. And I hope that does occur. But in reality, it seems that governments are often hostile, power corrupts, absolutely. And we need to be that safeguard against that. So I hope that Bitcoin can kind of facilitate this better world. And I believe it can. I just want everyone to look at these things and look at them critically. I believe there's two sides to every coin. And I believe with proper conversation, in-depth looking, research, we can get to a conclusion on how we can create a system that betters humanity. And I think we are getting there. And I think people are voting with their wallet, their intentions. We're seeing Bitcoin becoming ever more popular. And as I alluded to earlier in the conversation, many of the social environments have drastically changed this time. Many people understand that most of these altcoin projects or shitcoin projects are just that, a gamble. A good way to take 2-3% of your portfolio and take some risks, hopefully going for the moon. But we have also emphasized the importance of Bitcoin, how it's bringing communities together, what is being done, how it breaks the paradigm that we're in. A lot of these other projects do not actually break any paradigms. There's a reason Ethereum went to proof of stake. There's a reason the node counts and the ability for you to run a node for most of these programs is exorbitant. They want the central control. They want to be able to control these projects, and they are. So I wish everyone the best of luck. Please like and subscribe. Please give me any commentary, negative or positive. I'm ready to have some great debates with people. And hopefully tomorrow we can get into another look at what's actually going on in the Bitcoin world. Thank you and enjoy your day.